Hi OJ Heaven Lovers, thank you so much for always watching my channel. So tonight I'm craving bread and making butter from the scratch and bread from the scratch. So here I'm about to make the butter, which is pouring the heavy cream in the mixer and whip it. This, you have to be very patient with it. Yes, you have to, because it needs time, at least 45 to an hour. Trust me. So here I'm whipping it. You have to whip it, and at the end, you're going to see how it's going to turn out to be. I told you, since 2025, no more preservative food. It is homemade. So that is part of my homemade food. Give me that drum. You know, so I'm making homemade butter, which is what I'm doing right here. And like I said, you have to be very patient with it, because if not, it won't turn out to be butter. Now you can see the buttermilk. Yes, I'm still gonna whip it more because I want more butter from it. So you see, now I got all the butter I needed from the whipped cream. You see, that's this butter is good for jollof rice. You know how we pour butter in the jollof rice? Yes, you can use it for anything. You see, that's the butter. It tastes really, 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 really good. Tonight, I'm not putting salt, no salt. So after the whipping, I'm going to transfer the butter into the bowl. You see, that's how to do it. Trust me. Like, I remember the proverb during the, long time ago, they always says, the patient dog eats the fattest bone. You see, that's what I'm doing here. I just made homemade butter, and I'm going to wash it with cold water. Reason why I'm doing that is so it can last long in the fridge, at least the most 3 weeks. That's why I'm making a little bit that can at least last for 3 weeks. So you see, the water I've turned to plain, not really thick milk like that. So that's what I'm doing, and boom. This is how to do your homemade butter. If you take your time, read the method and go through this video. Look, do you like what you're saying? Tell me. This is how to make homemade butter. You see, and after that, I'm going to put it in a jar. I have my home butter bowl, but I'm not using the butter bowl because I want you guys to see how it looks in case if you do it at home. And I advise you do it. This is how it eventually come out to be. You see, it came out really good. So now it's time to make my homemade bread. Here I'm pouring the yeast, and I'm adding cold water. I don't use hot water or lukewarm. I use cold water. So here I'm pouring the 4 cups of flour that I will need into the homemade bread machine. You see, that's the 2nd cup, the 3rd cup, and boom, the 4th one. So I'm using 4 cups with 1 tablespoon of yeast. I've already and milk. This is the milk. I'm using evaporated milk. I'm not using gallon milk. I'm using evaporated milk. And I'm using a pinch of, not pinch, just a little bit salt, and my sugar. Yes, I'm using sugarcane sugar. And here I'm pouring the yeast. I know some people do it, like mix everything. It's your call. This is how I do mine. So I'm mixing it. I usually do mix before kneading. So here I'm mixing, I'm putting a little bit of water. You see, this is mixing, and I'm going to switch it to knead. That's what I'm doing here. And boom, I always apply or put the vegetable oil or olive or butter at last. Today I'm using vegetable oil, and I've already started baking. And here is the outcome of the bread. You see, this is how it turned out to be. This is homemade bread with just little stuff, but optional, it's your call. Yeast, flour, vegetable oil, sugar, and salt. Just that. And here I made homemade bread. You know when you're craving for hard bread? That's what I just did. Satisfy your craving. This is my own craving today, and I did bake the bread from scratch, and I made the butter from scratch. Is this something you're gonna try? Please let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much for always watching my channel. Do not forget to send this video to your loved ones, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.